Hey, hello everyone.
Hey, hi, Sri.
Good afternoon, good
Hi, Shri.
morning.
Good afternoon.
All right, just confirm audio video is good for you.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
yes.
fine.
Fantastic. All right, welcome to the Sunday prayers. Happy to see you all. I believe this is one of the good session where we talk about how to solve the questions and how to approach towards the examination. So we get people from different batches in our classes who attended maybe few batches before or from the current batch. First check with people here is anyone getting close to the exam or how is your preparation going on? Once this is addressed, we will start getting into some subject and questions. Quick check with people here. Is anyone getting for the exam in the next few days or few weeks of time? Do I have someone exam takers right now?
No.
No, not immediately. Being December, we want to use this time for preparation and go to exam in January, isn't it? Uh, okay, great. How's the preparation going on?
So I have like read all the chapters and I need to start reading the Agile practice guide now and need to revise. But Rita, I have read all the chapters.
Okay, super good. When you say read the book, is it Rita 11th edition you completed?
Yes. Rita 11th edition I have completed with
Very good.
all the chapter quiz also tried giving from PMP portal.
Okay. And did you say Agile practice guide? Did you touch something on
Yeah, Agile practice guide I just started. I have just read first page of it. That's the introduction page. So
that?
I will be getting it to
Okay,
complete it within by
nice.
next week or first half, like halfway next week I will be completing.
Good to know, Supriya. Good to know that. And how is your confidence level towards examination?
Uh, like now, as I'm reading so much, I can understand the question and whatever questions we are getting in the group also, that also maximum I'm getting it right. Only thing is I face challenges is when there are multiple choice questions. In a question, if they are asking select two, select three, that
Mhm.
time I get little confused. So that is one thing because two options I get correct, then the third option I get it wrong. Then like that I'm getting. So that questions I need to practice more.
Right. When you go for a Diwali purchase
Yes.
and someone says choose two dress,
Yes.
was it tough or easy by the time?
No, it is tough.
Tougher?
Yeah.
Really? I think as a human being, when we're given a five choices and ask you to take two, take this churidar and this sari, this jean, this t-shirt, a particular dress, particular food. First one, we'll pick it up immediately because we know that is a shirt or a t-shirt. Without that, I cannot live. I will take it. Now comes the second one. Brain starts struggling. I understand your point, Priya. There is no one single line solution for this, but I could say that not to worry on these kind of questions more because the main exam is going to have maybe 4 or 5 questions or even 3 questions in this area. Out of 180 questions, if 3 or 4 questions I'm going to get into this, I will not spend too much time onto this. One side. Other side is while practicing the question paper, like you have a couple of answers, are you taking time to analyze after you took the exam? Which answer went right, which answer went wrong? Are you able to do that?
Yes, I'm able to do that. I'm trying to understand why I went wrong. What was I read the explanation thoroughly, and then it like strikes me. Okay.
Okay.
I,
You are,
yeah.
yep, you are in the progress, and it will take a matter of few days, a few weeks, you'll get a I can see you're pretty active in many WhatsApp groups. Good to see that you're involving. So keep up that same momentum.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. I saw your other messages about exam application and processing.
Yes.
Believe you're in touch with Rahul already.
Yes. We are connecting tomorrow for that. So.
Very good. Very good. Nice to know, Supriya. All right, that's Supriya. Do you have anyone else on your preparation path? What are you doing? You're sleeping well, eating well. but you're trying to read, but it is not happening. Or you're reading well, but when you move to next chapter, you don't remember the previous chapter. Is it happening for some of you here? Okay. Okay. All right, good. Then let's get inside. I see Kushbu here online, can see in the cam. Is anyone else also willing to come on the cam to say hello? Hey, Kushbu, good to see you. Do you
Hi.
have some more people? Yeah, Sagar is in the cam. Hey,
Hi.
Sagar.
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to see you. You know, when you see people face to face, you get a good feel, huh? And that's a good feel is needed. Sagar, you have a lot of smile, huh? Is it, how is your preparation going on? Good smile, huh?
Yeah, it's going good. Actually, I have started reading few chapters. Just have completed. I think around
Okay.
three chapters I have completed. Now I'm moving
Okay.
on to the fourth chapter,
Okay.
and so I'm trying to attend this Q&A sessions regularly, so that while preparing, while going through the chapters, I can also
Yep.
learn through the other persons. Very.
Okay. Okay. So never stop prayers in your life. Keep doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goodness. Sagar, when you are planning your exam,
I am planning by last week of Jan.
last week of Jan. So can I say you have at least 45 days with you approximately, if you
Yes.
have it in
Yes.
your mind?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Nice to know. 45 days is a good timeline. Just to understand, we have to take 4 or 5 full exams, 180 questions. So for imagination, 25th is your exam, January. You
Mm,
should have at least a 3 days gap between every 180 questions. So you
mm,
can calculate from there. I don't want to put a pressure on you, but just calculate if 25th January is my exam. If I want to take at least 4 full exams,
mm,
4 multiplied by 3, you get at least, 12 or 15 days you have with you that
mm,
last few days. This is
mm,
one way of preparation, not only for
mm,
Sagar, anyone here. Not
mm,
only you don't need to wait till last to take the 180 questions.
mm,
You can even give a shot right now. When I say give a shot, it means not the shot which you get in the bar. No, not that shot. This shot is take an exam, 180 questions in between somewhere here and there, which means even though you have not read the book fully, it is completely fine to go with 180 questions. When I say you covered 70% of the book, somehow you get a feel that, yes, a lot to read. I have 4 chapters to read. I have 3 chapters to read, but I have attended a decent portion of the classes. Imagine you're a very sincere person in the class. You listened well, took the notes. That is a good chunk of information. On top of that, you read the book for 60, 70%. Now, this is a stage one should go for a one full exam, 180 questions, and give a shot. When I say give a shot, it may be a total failure also. Your time
mm,
management can go for a toss. Your scores can be pathetic. But what is happening here is you are at least getting an idea how you are when a full exam comes. Can you sit for more than 3 hours? Can you answer questions after 100 questions? Because after 100, 120 questions, people start losing the patience and start clicking some numbers. So these you will understand. Now you get a clue. How can I prepare for next days? So message here is I can keep all the 4, 5 full exams end close to the main exam. That is one way. Other way is I can even take one right now and see where I am. From here, I can start scaling up. That's also possible. Yeah.
Shri,
Yeah.
I have this one.
Yes, Kushbu.
Okay. Uh, okay. My like now my challenge is in the mostly in people domain, what I'm focusing now. So
Mm,
the thing is, what I want to ask is, like, we get a lot of questions, like as a PM, as a PO, what is required to be done, such kind of questions, and also like we have studied that conflict management resolution technique, like
mm.
there were various techniques, right? Force and direct, then reconcile, and
Yeah.
smooth accommodate. So when it comes, there's a very thin line difference between smooth and accommodate, and when you talk about compromise and reconcile. So
Mm,
when I was trying to attempt the questions on basis of that concept, I'm
yeah.
getting confused. Like basically between compromise and smooth. I'm giving you an example, like when to choose the option as smooth and accommodate, and when to choose as compromise and reconcile. So this, how to just get hold of this kind of concepts.
Yeah, that's a That's one of the tough area what you're asking now, because in conflict management, each scenario is pretty unique. And every time when they give a scenario, even though you read it a few times, it makes us to think twice what's happening. For example, probably I'll give a quick shot for you. Guys who are online, thanks for people coming in here. I see some more people on the camera. Thanks, Manigandan. Good to see you also.
Hey, yes, I'm
Yeah, just to quickly touch up with what Kushbu was mentioning here. Kushbu, I think you're talking about these points, right?
Yes.
Shri, yes, I'm here. I have some questions.
Yeah, we'll go. I'll first address this one and come to you. When I quickly see this point here, now when you read it theoretically, it's understandable, isn't it? When someone says withdraw, I'm going to stepping out, which means I'm going to postpone the issue. And when I say smooth or accommodate, I'm going to see some area of agreement so that I don't want to have a bad impression with my senior executives. Why I'm rounding up these points is when you read a question, how do you find withdraw? Certain things, withdraw will be very evident in the question itself. Sometimes it won't be evident, which means you are pushing some issue because you don't have a data with you right now. Since I don't have a clarity of the information, I postpone it. For example, Thursday, one of my team member came and say to me, as an example, say to me, hey, you know what? Something like this happened with another team guy. I'm not really happy. I'm going to write a big conflict email right now. And I would say that hold on the mail. Can we discuss this by Friday morning again? I want to talk to you guys, you and him in person, and understand what is happening. By here, what I'm doing is I'm trying to withdraw at the moment to collect more information. This is one way of withdrawing. I withdraw to collect the information because if there is something happening, but I don't have any information, I can do that. Or two conflicting party. Technically, they are conflicting. One guy says design A looks good. Other person says that design B is good. So design A, design B conflicts going on. This is very healthy conflict. In this healthy conflict, an architect will say, I like your model design B, but can you come with the proof of concept? Or can I come with the proof of concept in the next 2 days? Until then, can you hold it? Here, it is in a healthy conflict where I am withdrawing. In the sense of on that situation, I don't want to continue further on this because I don't have information. I have to go for it. Why I'm sharing this example, a model here is each question is unique in nature. And when I read a question, what I will try to see is more than searching for the word withdraw, I will see, is there a situation of postponements happening? Is there a situation where I don't want to mess up? If my close friend is saying something, politically we discuss, maybe after a dinner table, politically he likes one particular leader. I would like one particular leader. We both have a clash on the conflict of who is the best leader. At one point, I will say, I don't want to spoil the relationship because of some leader. I don't want to spoil the relationship with my friend. So I'll try to see some area of agreement. Again, why I'm saying this, when I read a question, more than searching for the term withdraw, more than searching for the word accommodate, I would search for, is there a climate? Is there a situation popping up for areas of agreement? That could give an indication. Still, Kushbu, there is no straight line answer on this conflict management. It's the most complicated area, even in real life. Even real life conflict management is pretty tough. In exam also is tough. So, for example, I'll give one more point. There is a problem solving technique. It's the most popular technique in conflict management. Here, they tell multiple viewpoints and you get the consensus of people here. Now, in your question, there will be some indication where you're looking for more than one person to share their opinion. You call for a brainstorming session. You call for a group meeting. Something you would have done. In the question somewhere, the hint will be there. Once you find that hint, and that is a clue to tell this could be a collaborative approach.
So there was a keyword in one of the questions, I don't remember, difference in opinion. The difference in opinion, it will fall under which category?
Difference of opinion on, I think we had to go a little more elaborate on that.
Yeah, I don't
But
remember that.
okay, what was your thought on that when you say difference of opinion? Am I definitely it's not a collaboration, right?
I went for this compromise. Like when you have different opinion, then you have to come on one common ground, or you have to. I felt that, but answer was somehow it was accommodate and smooth. Maybe I have to go through that question again, but that's
Difference of opinion, how it can be accommodated. But maybe you can you message me later on this question,
Yeah.
see either any relationship is there. But again, this is a topic, as I was repeating again, even though you go and read many article about this one, it's a little more a gray area. Conflict management is a gray area. If I'm sitting in an exam hall, I'll be pretty interested to read some clues. Any clues are there, I'll see that, with which I'll try to find the answer. Still, I can get close to 70 or 75%. I can't get 100%. This is a gray area, one of the gray area in people management, right? Good question, Kushbu. Thanks for bringing it up. Then let me. By the way, Kushbu, how is your reading preparation going on?
Yeah, it's going on good, Shri. I need to just I have to start Agile Practice Guide. I've not started yet, and still there are few chapters in Rita which I have to finish it off.
Very good, very good. So keep up the momentum. I believe you are targeting January.
Yes, yeah. First week,
Okay.
so second week of Jan. Yeah.
Second week of January. Okay, very good. Let's keep moving on. All right, good wishes. I heard one more voice who want to ask question.
Here from Shekhar. See.
Shekhar, please go ahead. From Shekhar.
Actually, I was last year, this year, January batch. Okay. So
I believe you lost him already. Okay. Oh, you're back again. Okay, your mic is muted, Shamshekhar. Can you try again?
Hello. Yeah. Now?
Yeah. Audible.
So I want to take. I'm planning to take the January for the examination, but now only I take the reading. So I want to extend that my examination to February or March. How to do that?
Possible. Just reach out. You know Rahul Gupta, isn't it? Okay. Just message Rahul. He will give a guidance. Quick information. PMI Institute give an extension of a few weeks or a couple of months. So you can directly reach out PMI Institute. They will give it. But still, first reach out Rahul. He will give guidance what to do. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good. Then what we do is we'll quickly look at some more content for the today and then go for the questions. First, thanks all for joining here, and people watching from YouTube and LinkedIn. Leave your comments in the comment sections. We'll come back to you on questions or any clarification. One thing keep in mind, PMP exam is not the easy exam. At the same time, PMP exam is not a tough exam. It's a middle somewhere. If you can spend a decent amount of 3 or 4 weeks of a focused listening to sessions, reading some subject, it's highly possible, because this exam don't have negative marking. This exam don't have theoretical writing where someone has to evaluate what you written as a paragraph. So your handwriting is not tested. Your thinking knowledge of how to write a paragraph is not tested. No negative marking. So which all makes the exam achievable. Only thing needed here is how to see from PMI perspective, which is called PMI mindset. Show you what is PMI mindset. This PMI Institute, it's in the world from 1969, and they are based on Pennsylvania, United States. So United States for the last maybe 100 years or maybe 80, 90 years, they're the top country in the world. Things could change over a period of time, but for now they are top. Why they are top? They were very systematic in their approach, legal parameters or documentation or implementing in a systematic way. Rule is a rule, assertive communication, many things they followed. Of course, you could argue, we did it, Germany did it, Japan did it. Yes, you can argue. But still, land is big, 50 states. Each state could be bigger than your country where you're living. So when such a big land comes with the proposal of an idea, and people found that, yeah, it will work. Yeah, there are a lot of debatable points. I'm not denying that. But now what I'm trying to say, when you read a question, don't read a question only from your room, your door. Don't read a question from Silk Board signal from Bangalore or Mumbai traffic or from Dubai. Don't read from that perspective. Read broad. You are bigger than what you think. Seriously, you are bigger than what you think. You are not a small person. When Elon Musk can make a decision, why can't you? You are highly capable of doing everything. When that's the case, when you read a question, read broader. That is called PMI mindset. If I think from Bangalore Silk Board Signal, I don't think I can answer such a broader thought process, right? If somebody don't know, Bangalore is one of the city in India which has the highest traffic segment. Now, what I want to say here is PMI mindset is from PMI mindset, what they want to say. A project should be systematically approached, documented. A people should be approached in a friendly way. Rule is a rule. You have to follow the PMI ethics. So these are terms needed to clear the examination. Before I jump to the subject, do anyone remember the PMI ethics? There are a few points given as PMI ethics. Do anyone remember it?
Yeah. It's about respect, honesty,
Respect, honesty.
fairness, and trust, and responsibility.
You're right. You're right. Responsibility. So responsibility, respect. Let's keep 2R to remember better. Responsibility on your own decision, what you take. And responsibility on what is happening around you, you take a responsibility. You respect people around you, you respect yourself. I like that principle very much. First, you respect yourself. If you can't respect, no one respects you. Respect yourself, number 2. Third one is being honest on what to make, honest decisions. And the fourth one goes by fairness, not doing any biased approach. If you keep these points alone in your mind, I'll tell you many questions you'll solve. Because when you solve the question, we may think from our office perspective, oh, in my company, somehow we cut the corner. No, that's not PMI looking for. PMI looking for a genuine, honest project manager like you who can think in a honest way. And that's what PMI mindset. Yeah. All right, then what I do is quickly I want to share something today before I go for the questions. What I want to share, I have a couple of questions, but I thought before that something I want to share with you to see what you think about it. Here it is. Are you getting the screen what I'm sharing now? Okay. When we do project execution work item, specifically in a plan-driven project, a systematic plan-driven project. Now, there is a term called dependency. I'm sure you heard this term somewhere, or in your life,
Yes.
you heard it, dependency. Now, how many of you think that as a project manager, we should start forecasting the dependency? You think so?
Yes.
Yes.
We forecast the dependency. Okay. If we forecast a dependency, which means I should have a clarity of what to do and how to do. In project management, I should know two things very clear to make a dependency prediction. What to do. Shri, what I mean what to do. When I say what to do, if you remember a Stacy graph, do anyone remember Stacy graph?
Yes.
We talk about requirement clarity, which is nothing but what to do. We talk about a technical clarity, which is about how to do. So how parameter talks about the human, material, equipment, time availability, all will be there. And what talks about the requirement parameter. Do you think someone should have this both clarity to converse the term called dependency? Do you think so? Why I'm triggering this thought? One, in your real life of project management, if you want to argue, debate on what is must, what can be modified, you should have a clarity on these two areas, requirement and technical. When you have a clarity, chances are you may start getting a prediction of what can be a dependency in project. Now let us go a little detail into that. When I say dependency, certain dependencies are marked here. Let's say mandatory, discretionary, or it could be external or it could be internal. Definitely, we spoke about this very well in the class. This topic was discussed in schedule management in a plan-driven project. When activity A is completed, B should start. If A and B should work together, or B after A, or A after B, vice versa, there can be some interdependencies between them. I would have given an example like this: when the painting work should start, the cement or the paste should get dry. But is it a big dependency? Could be, but it depends on how big your work is. It depends on which geographical situation you are. For example, if you sit in Netherlands, where I am, it is this morning 4 degree. In 4 degrees Celsius, do you think the paint will get dry? It may not get dry. But there is a situation, someone has to vacate the house. Here, there is a rule. When you vacate the house, you have to fully clean and paint it and give it to them. If not, you cannot vacate. If they make a big, heavy fine on you. They put a big penalty on you. So you cannot tell, I will paint only in the summer. You have to paint in the winter also. In 4 degrees Celsius, in -2 degree, if you want to paint, what kind of paint you should use? And what timeline you have to use for the painting? But should I think all these things? Maybe if you are a project manager, you should know what is mandatory, what is a discretionary, which means what dependency you cannot say no. What dependency you can handle it, which means you can negotiate it. Now, when I know these two parameters, chances are I can organize my work in a better way. But you mean all dependencies will work excellently if I am PMP certified? Now, question to you: do you think your PMP certification will solve all the dependencies?
No.
No. Maybe you may be a better person to predict dependency. Maybe you are a person to give guidance for dependency, but dependency is a dependency. For example, it's mandatory. The government says you have to do GST in this format. If not, we won't accept it. It's a dependency. You cannot cross it out. Maybe your company will have a discretionary dependency where you can make some manipulation or a modification in that. Now, why I'm putting this topic for today? When you exam questions, if you see something on the project manager, watch out what kind of dependency you're handling. Is it a must have or is it the best practice? There is a difference between must have and best practice. Must have is no other go. This should be resolved. If not, I cannot do the next stage. So if in a question they're saying that there is a must, the government says this regulation should be done and the project is already delayed. And if somebody says, I will cut that requirement, then you're doing something wrong in the answers. You have to see that if there is a mandated dependency, I should do it. So my time of the project will get extended. My critical path time will get more. Or I can add more resources. Have anyone heard about fast tracking crashing?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What is fast tracking? What is crashing, if you remember it?
Fast tracking is like without adding any more resources or something, we are doing the, suppose for example, A is starting first and then B is starting and then C is starting. So in fast tracking, what we have to do, we have to do the task in parallel and we have to like shorten the duration. That is fast tracking. And crashing is like we are adding more resources in order to get the particular project completed within schedule. So these are the two types.
Thanks for explaining that, Supriya. So fast tracking is paralleling the work, isn't it? A work which has to go in a sequential way, we are going to parallel it. Now, when the project started, or
sorry to interrupt here. So I just sometimes get confused in fast tracking and crashing when I'm getting questions similar to like when you have to compress the schedule, because both helps in compressing the schedule, right? Fast tracking, crashing.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So what parameters I have to look into it when I'm choosing fast tracking or crashing?
Okay. When you say fast tracking, we are looking for how can I parallel some work, which means when I say paralleling, a work which has to go in a sequential way. A, after which B should happen, after which C should happen. Now, we will look for a situation, how can I compress it? Two ways of compressing. One is you can reduce the time by adjusting the work item. I can do a work item in parallel. For example, you are preparing for the examination. You thought you want to complete some level of preparation of reading, question solving. Then you want to fill your exam application form and submit it. But what you're doing in August, after some time, you realize your time is just shrinking. January 1st is my exam. January 3rd is my exam. You think that let me not wait until this time to fill the application form. I'll prepare parallelly. I'll also process my exam application. So an activity which you thought to happen at the end of December, you parallel it now. Why you have to do that? Because you think that waiting for that time could delay my work further. So you try to bring something parallel. But this paralleling is always a happy situation. Answer differs. A parallel can become happy, can become unhappy. If there is a particular work in the building is happening, the fire exit of the building should be done. For the fire exit, we have to talk to the fire expert team, and they have to give some justification on how the door entry should be, exit should be, how the steps should be. I want to do this, but before even I get all the details from the fire team, I have my own knowledge. I'm starting something parallel. But will it have a consequence? Yes, it may have. You may have a quality issue. You may have a new risk popping up. So answering your question, in exam when you see something like this, where you cannot spend too much of money when you want to compress the time, you will also see, can I do something paralleling? Or in the question, if you see that an activity which was have to happen in sequence can happen in parallel, kind of an indication. That gives a clue that your work can go parallel, not to go in a sequential. This is for the fast tracking part. In a crashing part, what you're doing is you're adding more. When you say adding more, resource addition. Resource, usually they talk about human resource. It can be other material also. But adding human resource or a material comes with a cost. When I say the cost, it is for the people whom you bring in. 5 people doing the job. Now I'm going to make 8 people. It is not the 8 people package cost. It is a training cost, quality cost involved. The addition of 3 people who came in can come with a lack of knowledge in the project. I have to train them. There is a training timeline involved. When they come in newly, there is a high possibility they can do mistakes and new errors could pop up. I have to fix that also. So there is a learning curve needed. So when I do crashing, I'll watch out how much of time I have, how much of money I have, what is the criticality of my work. Based on this, I will decide, can I go for a crashing to add more people, or can I parallel some work so that I can handle it? Paralleling also doesn't come free. When I want to do parallel, I have to get some resource in the market to do that work, isn't it? Somebody cannot do parallel with the 2 hands here and there. You have to have some more people also. So in the question, you'll watch out, how can I reduce it? Is it a time problem? Is it a money problem? Is it a quality problem? And based on that, you adjust it.
So it's not a best, there's not a best way to do it. Like, I mean to say, like, crashing is better than fast tracking. We
Not
cannot,
like that.
it depends
Not,
upon the
it's
parameter and
very, yeah, it's very situational. It's very situational. If that's the case, every company will tell always I will do crashing. No, that's not the way they do. It's very situational.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Good.
Thank
Good
you.
discussion. Good discussion. Shall we see a question today? Shall I go for one question to solve the question?
Yes.
Yeah. Sudhanshu, good to see you. Hey, man, it's feeling cold. What's happening? What's the weather condition there?
No, it's okay. It's normal.
What is the normal as per you?
20s is okay.
Okay. 20s is normal. Okay. Okay. Nice. Your dress code look like you are in -2. All right, Sudarshana. Good to see you. Right, let's get inside and we'll share a question. Take a minute to solve. Before we solve this question, few techniques we learned a part of the class, how to solve the question. Do anyone remember at least 1 or 2 techniques?
Elimination technique.
Elimination.
Tense
Key sentence.
Tense of
of
the
the
question. Okay.
Last line.
Last line.
Last
last
line.
line.
Okay. So tense of the question, elimination, last line. When you say elimination, do we eliminate the question itself? That's a good technique, Sri. Keep eliminating the question. Now, eliminate answers. When you say eliminate answers, out of 4 answers or 5 answers, first you watch out. Some answers will be a crappy answer. When I say crap, it doesn't fit into the logical way of PMI thinking. The 4 ethical behavior, responsibility, or talking about honesty. If you keep this 4 ethical behavior in mind, many things you can't remove it out. You can say go all out. If you remove 1 or 2, only 2 will be there. In this 2 also, if you read the scenario carefully, you will see some connection with the question. That is the good way of solving the answers. And also, as someone rightly said, a tense of the question. Is it situation already happened or going to happen? That also gives an idea. Okay, with this thought, let's get to the question. I just share it right now. Here it is. I'll give a few more seconds as people answer. Let me watch YouTube, people. People from YouTube, you can leave your answers in the comment section. Let me read your answers. YouTube. Let's give few seconds. Looking for your answers. LinkedIn, YouTube, Zoom. All this. It's okay. Then I think I got a decent number of answers already. Look like one alphabet has been used. Okay, in YouTube also I got an answer. Sakshi says an alphabet. Okay, thanks, Sakshi. I could see answers are going towards one particular alphabet. Before we jump to the answer, right answer, let me listen from the team here. What is the key in this question? What is your understanding on this question? Or what is the keyword in the question? Let me put that way.
Timeline has been impacted and project is in danger.
What is impacted?
Timeline.
Timeline has been impacted. Okay.
And project is in danger.
Is in danger. Okay. So there is a showstopper going to happen. The intensity is very high. By the way, is this situation happened or will happen?
Will happen.
No,
Future.
it is happened.
It is happened.
Because
It is happened.
because the timeline has been impacted, they are saying.
Impacted.
Okay. Okay.
And that future means
There-
here it is past tense also and future tense also, because they're saying
Yes.
further that project is in danger of being delayed. So that is the future forecast. That project is in danger.
Okay. All right. All right. Future of danger. Okay, some showstopper is happening. This could happen for any project, isn't it? Is it something for a plan-driven project, even for change-driven project? What is your thought? Can we call this for a plan-driven or a change-driven?
Plan-driven.
Plan-driven
More of
project.
a plan-driven.
Most of plan-driven?
Yes,
Okay.
plan driven.
All right. I see more answers from YouTube coming up. Sachin, Smith. Okay, let's go a little more. I could see these are the keywords. Now let's go for the last line of the question. Reading the last line is pretty important. How should the project team handle this situation? In this a full set of question, even though you're sitting for a PMP, Project Management Professional Certification, who actually being targeted in this question?
Project team.
Project team.
Okay. When you say project team, who all can be part of this project team?
Can
Who
be,
all can?
member.
it can be
Okay.
stakeholders, it can be
Okay, you're saying the team is there. When I say team, is it only the core engineers or core people who work on the team? Or you will also have some leadership team?
Leadership team will also be there.
Possible? Is it
Yes.
possible the PM also part of this one? Or you call us a Scrum Master, Agile Manager, somebody who has some role into play on decision making? Now the question is going, how should the team handle this situation? They're saying it's a situation. When they say situation, is it a risk going to happen or is it an issue which has already happened?
Issue.
The issue will happen.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, someone has rightly said, but the timeline has been impacted. Did anyone read this word impacted? When I say impacted, is it happened or will happen?
It happened.
Already happened.
Happened. Impacted.
Happened.
Uh-huh. And the project is in danger, which means already we are standing on top of something is burning, isn't it? So there are some issues. Very good. Now let me listen to the people here. I could see majority of them went with the alphabet A. Maybe in YouTube, I'm seeing one alphabet D has come in. Okay, I have A and D, both are here. Let me listen to the people here who put alphabet A. When you say A, anyone want to give a justification? Why you thought A is a good answer? I thought A is a good, but she actually, I don't want to say anything now.
Yeah. I think maybe using the
Three, after your
elimination
explanation,
After, yeah.
Elimination technique.
I'm
Yes,
thankful that I didn't say
escalate the situation to project
Exact-
sponsor, I'm thinking.
elimination.
Nagaraj here. Sri.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So after your explanation that I thought that is escalate the situation to the project sponsor because it is already happened. So this is a situation. So
Happened. Very good. I like the way it happened, you say, but it's a question the team to solve it, right? Now, why you have to escalate it?
so the situation you have to explain to the sponsor, no?
Mm. Okay, let's put this way. While he escalated, what you're expecting as an outcome? What kind of outcome you're expecting?
Is impacted and it is in project is in danger.
True, true. You can notify the sponsor, hey, buddy, this is happening. But if I escalate it, I'm trying to throw my responsibility towards a person who have to solve it. You think so?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
See, you are the person in the ground, what's happening here. And I don't think a sponsor can solve it. Sponsor can give suggestions, but I doubt they can solve it, isn't it? So B may not be.
Handle the situation.
Yeah, we have to handle, right? When they say handle,
Yeah.
I doubt he will throw it out. It is not the place to throw now. It's issue. Issue means it's burning already. Let's listen to Supriya also. Hey, Supriya.
So I just have one point for this escalate the situation to the project sponsor. This option, I don't feel it will be applicable because here we are doing the transferring technique, like we're transferring the risk to the project sponsor. So that won't help in here, I feel. So that transferring technique will not be applicable, I feel so. Because project sponsor, he's just a messenger, like he's just a messenger between the project team and the
Okay.
the stakeholders. No, so I don't
Got
feel
you.
that.
Got you. Got you. Why you choose A? Why you thought A is a good answer?
So why I felt A is because first I analyze all the options. Okay, B I don't feel that will be applicable. C is like if we wait for the specialist to inspect and advise, then it will extend more the project schedule. Already the project is in danger. If we are waiting, then it will more extend the project timeline. And D
Okay.
is like if we are accepting the schedule extension and incur cost, it is like it will more impact the project by two ways. It will be like schedule will also be impacted and additional cost will also be there. So that is
Got
why I felt A will be the answer because it is like prioritizing the issues and going like first we have to check the impact on the scope, then schedule, then cost.
Okay. I get the point. By the way, Supriya, your mic has a little disturbance. Sometimes I can't hear you properly, or you're faster than your mic, the way you speak.
I'm faster than I'm like.
You're faster.
Yeah.
You're faster than bullet train. Okay, good. That's good. Thanks, Supriya. I got the points. I will also listen to Satish. Satish, I see your answer. Since it has happened, we have to prioritize. What is your logic on that?
Yes, Sri. Actually, the last line indicates that the project team handle the situation. How should the project team handle the situation?
Yeah.
So it already happened. How they are going to handle
Hmm.
it? So it already happened. Since we have to prioritize the issues.
Okay. I get your point. I get your point. And say now I'm seeing these points coming together as people are saying that, hey, it has impacted, which has happened, which means there is a list of item. Item number 1, item number 2, item number 3. And for which reason I have to prioritize it. By the way, why we should prioritize the issues? Why can't we handle all the issues? Next question. Into the answer A, why we should prioritize?
Your time constraint.
There you go. There is a time constraint in the system where you can't spend time all the place. We also call this 80-20 principle. By any chance, if you remember that 80-20 principle, where we learned 80-20 principle?
Schedule.
Yeah, Nagaraj, go ahead.
Yeah, it is in schedule.
Schedule. More than that, you will see in quality management.
Yeah.
In quality management, we have a place we talk about 80-20 principle, which is a Pareto chart, if you remember about it. We want to give focus on some of the key parameters that can resolve other issues there. Okay, enough discussed here. Meantime, I'm seeing Smith is putting a point here. Specialist hasn't inspected yet. Until then, if a team will prioritize the issue, will help to focus on solving the problem. Okay, I'm seeing this point. Okay, thanks for everyone giving the inputs here. And then I'll bring up the answer. Let's see what's answer here is. Here we go. Here we go. Isn't it what you thought, most of us? Oh, yay. The first step, they're giving the word, the first step is to prioritize the issues according to impacts to scope, schedule, cost, and quality, and then make decisions on how to address them. See, first you prioritize, then only you talk about how to address them. The team should understand the complexity of the situation before making any decision to escalate or change the schedule. So the point is you can escalate it, but if you don't have a clarity without that, if you're escalating, you are also in trouble. So that is the reason it moves to A. At the same time, this has already happened. Now we have to solve the problem. Yeah, I know it's a good question to understand from the manager's perspective. More than manager, here team is being involved. When I say team, it includes managers or leadership team. Shall we see one more question? Yeah?
Yes.
All right, thanks for the people who gave answers here. Let's watch another question now. Here is another question. Kind of an ethical question, isn't it? Let's give few seconds as everyone can answer. People, YouTube, LinkedIn, give your answers. Okay, I'm seeing mostly the alphabet D is popping up, and YouTube also. Priyanka, Smith, Shakshi, everything going with YouTube, and going with the D is an alphabet. So my mic is echoing. Okay, let's get inside now to the start discussing the question. Okay, Supriya is already quick enough to give an explanation. Thanks, Supriya. That's pretty fast. Let's watch out this question first. This question is this something happens every day in the corporate? Is it an everyday scenario?
No.
No.
It could happen once. We don't know when it could happen. But when this happens, do you think first this issue is first before saying issue? Do you think it's a very serious information or a thing in a corporate if this thing happens?
Yes.
We are not having any proof. We are into trouble. But someone is saying like this, the accused of intellectual property violation, right? And there is a letter already been addressed to CEO. When you say letter, I believe it's a legal one. They don't just send something like this. The lawyers are demanding surrender of the prototypes and collateral IP. Up to this, I see this scenario as a very alarming, tough situation, whether it's a small company or a big company, whatever it is, we are in a very tough situation up to this. However, when I read the next sentence, the sponsor encourages the manager to keep working and deliver the product as planned. Now, should I focus on the first sentence, worry on this, or should I listen to the sponsor? So two things are here. One is situation is not good. Other one is the sponsor is telling keep going. Okay. Now the question targets the manager. What you should do. Now you're sitting in the PMI world, PMI thought process. Now, before I jump to the answers, I'm going to ask again, what are the key terms in this question as per you? You found that's a key one.
Accused.
Okay. Then
Violation.
Violation.
Violation already. Okay.
Without permission.
Without permission. Okay. Someone is saying keep working. Should we worry on this part also? Is it good or is it bad?
Bad.
In this perspective, bad.
Okay. Let's go by PMI ethics. What PMI ethics talking about?
Fairness.
Taking responsibility, being honest. But Shri, what if that lawsuit itself are wrong?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it is still an accusation and not a proven fact.
Exactly, right? It could be wrong, right? That's possible.
Yeah.
But now, even though it is not true or false, we don't know. Is it good to move forward and do the job? Should we close our eyes and keep doing the job?
No.
No, we should stop the work.
Okay, shouldn't. Okay, Smith is putting a message. Project sponsors are always behind a final product. Don't at all care about protocol. Okay, that's very generic, Smith. You're hitting on the sponsors. Okay, now let me ask the question here. Now, which answer I can eliminate straight away by looking what should the manager do? Help me with the elimination technique. Which one?
C.
E.
Initiate a cost benefit analysis.
C goes out.
Yes.
A and C goes out. A. Why
is-
A goes out? Why A goes out?
Yes.
Because it's entirely stopping, saying
Yes.
stop all the work, and that is not a ethical practice.
I think B will goes out.
You can rule out A as well.
Stop all work. All work stopping is not a good thing, isn't it? You could stop certain things, but not all.
Yes. It's not in the project manager's control to stop everything just like that, all by himself.
Okay. Just like they can't stop it. Okay. Got your point. A is gone. Then what else?
And I think second would be C.
C goes out.
Cost benefit analysis.
Don't you want to analyze what kind of situations or cost issues can happening here? I'm just challenging. But looks
Yeah,
different
but
right
I
now.
think eventually
Mhm.
the impact won't be addressed, or I think it will not result in a solution. When we do a
Okay.
cost-benefit analysis, it will not
I think we
change the
do cost
initial
benefit
result.
analysis. We do cost benefit analysis when we choose a project, when we choose a new vendor, right? That is a place I believe we do cost benefit analysis. Or when I want to improve some quality parameters, there I go for cost benefit. Here it is a problematic situation. Here it is not a time to think of what is the benefit here, isn't it?
Yes.
For that reason, I think for that reason it goes out. Okay, A and C gone out. So what is happening between B and D?
Actually, B also it will be not suitable because they are not the decision authority, the team. They can give the
Okay.
suggestion,
Okay.
but they are not the decision authority to go or not.
So this is a question mark, deciding on continuing work. So this you think that team may not be a right person to say.
Yes, unless there's a lawyer working in the team.
Okay. Okay. If I hear all these points, let's go to the right answer when people all says D. So why D could be a good answer here?
Based on the scenario, the expert judgment becomes
Okay.
helpful to solve this issue.
You're consulting a legal subject matter expert about the alleged violation, which means we are not accepting it, but we are consulting to see what is happening. But question to everyone here, when the sponsor says continue the work and we are going to consult the legal person, is it something bit going to become a conflict in your project group itself? Do you think some conflicts will happen?
No, actually, sorry. Maybe legal expert is having our intellectual property. The inside they know the content.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree
that
that point, that point.
the
But your sponsor
intellectual.
says continue the work. Your sponsor says Thursday morning there is a meeting. Sponsor says continue the work. Thursday 4 o'clock you're having a meeting with SME to talk about legal parameter. Now, are you not listening to what your key stakeholders saying?
We have to take it.
But
We
I think
have
this
to.
will be a question more about ethics. If in case we are at the fault lines, no matter what, we have to consult and get a proper picture. I think that's the reason it is very much crucial that we consult.
There you go. There you go. I think what you said is right. We spoke about the ethical behavior. It is not because your sponsor says continue, you continue. You think on own. You are a professional. You think on own, isn't it? You are sitting in a traffic with a signal. It's red. One of your friends says drive. Go for it. It's okay. We're getting late for movie. But your sixth sense says hold on. It's signal is not there, right? It's your ethical behavior, your thought process. You should not do it. It is not because your friend says you will do it. It is not because a sponsor says you'll do it. You will ask for it. I'm not saying I'm going to stop the project. I want to consult. What do you mean by consulting? Understanding what is actually happening. The project manager should seek advice from the legal department. The severity of the situation requires the leadership and facilitation of the project manager. Look at the severity. The moment I read the first 2 lines, I can see that something is really going bad. Right? The project should continue as the legal experts investigate the claim and the matter is hopefully resolved. The cost benefit analysis would help determine the potential benefit of continuing in the case of liability and a financial penalty occurs. But the action that should be taken now is a legal consultation. This is what we done. But I'm pretty surprised why a sponsor says to continue. I may even do retrospective with my sponsor. I will not leave as it is, right? I want to know with my sponsor what made him or her to think to continue. What was his thought process? I'm not saying bad. I'm not saying sponsor is bad. Is my sponsor unaware? Is my sponsor resistant? Do you remember the stakeholder mapping? Somewhere we learned about stakeholder assessment matrix. Do anyone remember that? There is something called stakeholder assessment matrix where we understand a stakeholder unaware, resistant, neutral, leading, supportive.
Supportive. Yes.
This word, somebody will remember it. In this, what if my sponsor unaware? What if my sponsor is a resistant? What if my sponsor is a neutral? Do you think that sponsor unaware will come to this kind of conclusion? Hey, guys, keep continuing. So what is my responsibility as a project manager? I will not finger point my sponsor. My sponsor is a bad sponsor. No, I won't say that. Now that I will do a discussion with my sponsor, did you really understood the ground reality of the problem? Do you have any different suggestions for me? My sponsor, after listening all the details, could say that, oh, wow, Shri, I didn't understand this point. Now I get it. Man, that's bad on me. Sorry about it. Can this happen?
Yes.
Rather finger pointing, I will start working towards it, because project is accountability of the agile manager or a project manager or scrum master, someone whoever it is. You are accountable for it. You are responsible for it. I cannot finger point and put the blame on the sponsor, how bad the sponsor. No. Rather, I help them to bring up to the speed. If I can do that, on top of that, if the sponsor still says, no, no, cut the corner, I will say, no, that's not ethical behavior. And that's what the exam is looking from you. That is what the real world is also looking from you, not only exam. Now, see, in exam that it is, in real world, there's a different story, man. Don't do that. Why we are reading this is, how can we apply this in our job? Yeah, that's the point. All right. Was it a good conversation? Okay. Got it. Good. I know I had to go further more on these questions, but again, time is crunch here. Today we solved 2 questions. So we will give a pause here. Then we'll come back here. So today on the Sunday prayer, let me know at least 1 or 2 terms what you learned. What you learned today.
PMI ethics.
PMI ethics. Okay. 4 ethics are there. Very good. Then what else?
Fast tracking,
Dependency.
crashing,
Fast tracking, crashing.
conflict
Good.
management,
Dependencies. Dependencies. What are the dependencies? Do anyone recall it?
mandatory
Mandatory,
discretion.
discretionary, external, internal.
Very good. Mandatory, discretionary. Mandatory means no other go. As per the rule, as per things, you have to do it. Discretionary means your company's preferred way of working. Your company says only when senior manager approves, we'll start the work. That's your way of, your company's way of working. Without his approval also, you can work. But your company says this is how we'll work. That's called discretionary, your preferred way of working. So mandatory, discretionary. This could be internal to your company. This could be external to your project also. We see internal and external, both are possible. Yeah, that's how it works. Very good. These will learn some parameters. And also we saw something about conflict. How a conflict could be approached, but I didn't give a silver bullet. This is the way it works, but it's an indication how it can be. Yep. Fantastic, good. And appreciate the people who are preparing for the exam. I heard few of them here, how they are preparing. Some of them in the exam in the first weeks of January, some of them last week of January. Keep up the preparation. Don't give up the hope towards your examination when your scores are low. Low scores are an indication, how can I tune myself? Okay, imagine you get high scores all the time, but when you go to main exam, you find a different way of paper that's really going to be challenging for you. I'm happy you can do something called fail fast. In Agile, we have something called fail fast. It's a completely fine. You take less score right now. Fail as much as you can fail. So the main exam can be a bit more prepared on it. Okay, I'll repeat the same point what I said at the beginning. This exam is not a tough exam. This exam is not an easy exam. It's in the middle level and moderate. We have a plan-driven approach. We have an agile approach. So you have mixed both and you can do it for this PMP exam. I will address something point for PMI ACP. There is a certification called Agile Certified Practitioner, which is a wonderful certificate, goes detailed into Agile. If someone is more interested on what is Agile, how Agile works, how a Scrum works, how a Kanban works, how a lean management works, it goes super detailed. And this certificate got revised by November 8th, 2024, this year. So now on, the papers are going to be different. The subject is different. So we are also starting the sessions from January for PMI ACP. I would say if your company is following Agile, start focusing reading after PMP, bit more Agile also. Because PMP is given a push on Agile. Now on, you have to start picking up from there. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, there is a question from Supriya. Is it possible to have 1 hour Q&A session between the weekday? Happy to do, Supriya, but my company will throw me out of the job. So I'm also like you working in a company, so I have to survive my life, right? I'm happy to do all, but the time is also crunch, but I'll keep in mind, at least 1 month once we can try like that. That's a good idea. Okay, I appreciate it. Good. Then thanks all for your participation, the Sunday prayers, and we'll come for next week on Sunday prayers. Meantime, keep up the momentum. People are in touch with me in the WhatsApp, get directly connected.
Sir, if possible, can you discuss the today's LinkedIn question?
I have to switch to another work quickly, but any question on that? Any thoughts on that you want to share?
Because B and C are the two options, like probable options. Out of that, in the question scenario, it is being written, they have been already trained. They have been already trained. That is why I came to B, though C was also a probable answer, but because the question scenario gives they are trained.
Quickly, you're talking about this question, right? Are you seeing the question on the screen? Okay, so your ask is you went with the answer B for this question. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Very good. So what is your justification for B?
The management team has been trained. So that is why because I see they are already trained, so I put at B. If there could be no term of trained.
Okay. Quickly, I'll put this point. Let me also read the question along with you. A construction project to build a luxury skyscraper is coming to an end in December 2024 in Dubai. We all have to go for the opening of the building. Okay, it's in December only, and we celebrate it. In advance of the handoff, the management team has been trained to take charge of all aspects of maintaining the building. Very good. It's been given. The lead engineer, Dave, from the development team. Which team? From this team, I believe. Development team expresses concern. During construction, substantial new technologies were introduced, and the engineering team learned these new skills. So Dave says engineering team has learned it, which means we don't know. Did you got that from this question already? There is a gap. Okay, what is the best way the team to handle the knowledge transfer in this case? How do you this team going to handle it? Very good. Okay, let's go here for the question. Require the engineering team to record their knowledge and make this available to the management team as a document. That looks a very nice answer, right? Now, but will this solve the problem? Record everything and give it as a document. So then, do you think it's will solve the problem? Just giving a documentation? You are in mute mode. Okay. If at all, I will say that. Let's see what is the right answer. The right answer goes to C. You can expect to set up the additional training for the management team because it is something new technologies. How documentation will help somebody to learn new technologies without training? So, which means someone has to be trained, right? Set up additional training for the management team and then include, and then you can include. See, this I'm not denying it, it can be there, but someone has to be trained, right? If you want to use some tools and techniques, just a knowledge transfer will not help. I can give a KT document, nice, but without learning how to use SAP, how to use a JCB machine, someone has to train you. Without that, it is going to be expensive for me. You get that? I don't see a response. Maybe so that show you the question. You got that point? Yeah. I know this question is a tricky question. At least I
got it, sir.
I found majority of them went to the answers with B for a surprise. Everyone thought documenting will help. Yeah, nice thought. But worry here is new technologies. This document alone will not help. Some hands-on training is needed. If I don't know how to use a JCB machine, somebody cannot tell I put in the document, you learn from there. I can, but it's expensive for me. More issues, errors will come in the system. That's why they put a training program. Yeah. Good. Thanks for asking. And good, I was able to clarify with you. All right, good. Now let's get back on the classes. We have online sessions for the PMP. People there, join there. And I think I see a chat message from Smitha asking for PMI-ACP. Yes, Smith, we have a PMI-ACP sessions, which is happening from January 18th. We have an online session happening if people want to join for it. And then have a nice Sunday. Rest of them will catch up in the another session. See you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shri. Bye.
Bye, Shri.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you, Shri. Thank you.